Vibe coding. You've probably heard this term floating around. It conjures up this image of building amazing software just by, talking to an AI. But is it really the breakthrough we've all been waiting for? Or is it more like a ticking time bomb for your business? Today, we're going to break down the promise and the very real peril of vibe coding.
Now, this idea got a huge shot of momentum from a really powerful quote by computer scientist Andrej Karpathy. He said, "We should fully give in to the vibes, embrace exponentials, and forget that the code even exists." I mean, that is a seductive promise, isn't it? A future where all the messy, complicated parts of programming just disappear. And you get to be the high-level director, the visionary.
And this really gets to the heart of it. The core philosophy is that the hottest new programming language is just plain English. The idea that your native language is now powerful enough to command a computer to do these incredibly complex things. You don't have to be a coder anymore. You just need to have an idea. But that brings us to the single most important question of this entire explainer. Is this super fast, intuitive way of working the future of innovation? Is it going to democratize creation for everyone? Or is it a hidden trap, a shortcut that looks great at first, but actually leads to total chaos and catastrophic failure? Well, let's find out.
Okay, so first things first, we have to get this straight. Vibe coding isn't just one single thing. And if you want to manage it, you have to make a really critical distinction.
So you've got two ends of a spectrum. On one side, you have pure vibe coding. Think of this as the hobbyist approach. And on the other, you have responsible AI-assisted development. That's the professional standard. These are absolutely not the same thing, and confusing the two, well, that's where all the danger starts. The differences in how you think, how you work, and who's accountable are massive.
And the differences really come down to mindset and process. Pure vibe coding is all about forgetting the code exists. The developer is just a prompter, and code review is pretty much non-existent. And hey, that's fine for a hackathon or a little personal project. But responsible AI-assisted development is about augmenting the engineer, not replacing them. The human is still the architect, the final reviewer, and the ultimate owner. Code review is mandatory and it is rigorous. So here's the key takeaway. The tool isn't the problem. The difference is the process and the accountability you wrap around.
So, what happens when that pure, freewheeling hobbyist approach slips into a professional environment? Well, you start building on sand. And that, my friends, leads to a cascade of failure. The risks really fall into three big, ugly categories. First, the unlocked front door. That's your security risk. Second, building on sand. We're talking about your core system architecture. And third, legacy code on day one, which is all about the nightmare of long-term maintenance. And these aren't just buzzwords, they represent real, painful threats to your business.
And look, this isn't just some theory. The source material points to actual real-world disasters. There was a platform called Base44 that had a vulnerability letting attackers just waltz past single sign-on and into private company apps. And get this, on a project called drawafish.com, any user could take over the admin account because the AI-generated code checked if a security token was valid, but he forgot to check if it belonged to the right person. That's the unlocked front door, right there in the wild. Okay, you might be thinking, but at least it's faster, right? Well, about that. A pretty shocking 2025 study from MIT found that when experienced developers used AI on complex tasks, their productivity actually went down by 19%. And here's the really scary part. They felt like they were 20% more productive. That is the dangerous illusion of vibe coding. It feels fast, but you could be silently introducing code rot and actually slowing yourself down.
This table just connects all the dots. It shows you that direct chain reaction from a simple root cause all the way to a major business impact. You see how incomplete prompts lead directly to security holes and shoddy architecture. And the result? Data breaches, systems that just fall over, and maintenance costs that go through the roof. It shows you exactly how a simple vibe can snowball into a full-blown organizational crisis.
Okay, that was a lot of bad news. So how do we fix this? How do we use these incredible, powerful tools without inviting all of that chaos? Let's walk through a defensible framework.
The entire solution really rests on three foundational pillars. Number one, architect first, prompt second. Number two, build an automated safety net. And number three,
enforce human ownership. Let's break down exactly what each of those means. So, Pillar 1 is all about flipping the process back to the way it should be. You do not discover your architecture by just throwing prompts at an AI. You create an intentional, well-thought-out architectural plan first, and then you use AI to help you implement it. This moves us away from vibe coding and towards something called spec-driven development, where a formal specification is what guides the AI, not a whim.
Pillar 2 is about creating automated guardrails. Because we know we can't just blindly trust the AI's output, we have to verify it. This means things like training your developers on secure prompt engineering, using static application security testing, SAST for short, to automatically scan for flaws, and making test-driven development mandatory. That's where you write the test before you ask the AI to write the code. It's a safety net designed to catch mistakes before they become disasters.
And Pillar 3 is the golden rule. This is the non-negotiable principle of human accountability. If it is in your commit, you own it. I don't care if an AI wrote 99% of that code. If you are the one who submits it, you are responsible for its quality, its security, and its maintenance. This one rule completely eliminates the excuse of, the AI did. And this matrix shows you exactly how to put all of this into practice. You classify your projects by risk level. Is it a low-risk internal hackathon project? Sure, go ahead, let them use pure vibe coding in a safe environment. But is it a critical, customer-facing financial system? Absolutely not. For that, you must use traditional engineering discipline and only augment it with AI in a very controlled way. This gives your leaders clear, defensible guardrails for the whole organization.
So, where is all this heading? Well, this massive shift is creating what the source material calls the Great Engineering Divergence, and it's going to fundamentally change the future of your organization's technical teams.
We're already seeing two very distinct roles emerge from this. You've got the product engineer, who uses AI for incredible 0 to 1 speed. They're the ones rapidly prototyping and building new features. And then you have the systems engineer, who is focused on the 1 to N problem, making sure those features are actually scalable, secure, and reliable enough to last. A truly healthy organization is going to need to nurture both. And that brings us to our final question. AI is now a permanent collaborator in how we build software. There's just no going back. So, the crucial point for you to think about is this. Which path is your organization building on? Is it a path of accelerating responsible innovation? Or is it a path of accumulating unmanageable chaos? The choice is yours to make.